Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. We're looking forward to Revival Night, starting back up again tomorrow night at Main Campus. We'll look forward to seeing you there. But right now, let's go back to Psalms chapter 35 again. Listen to David talk about when he had a problem in his life. He said, Lord, let not those, verse 19, gloat over me who are my enemies without cause. You have to understand there are many people that are your enemies, and you never caused it. They have just decided to be your enemy. Let not those who hate me without reason maliciously wink the eye. There are people that hate you without reason. Now this is very hard. Young people, you don't get this yet. But as you live your life, you're going to find that there are people that hate you, and there are going to be people that have determined to be your enemy in their hearts, and you've never done anything to deserve it. Now, that's really hard if you're young to accept, because you think, you had to do something. No, after you live for a few years, you find out, no, you really don't have to do anything, because it's their decision to hate you. It's their decision to make you an enemy. They do not speak peaceably, but devise false accusations against those who live quietly in the land. Against those who live quietly in the land. There are people that are always just looking to attack. They don't speak nice. They devise false accusations. They print white papers. They come up with something bad to say against people that are just trying to live quietly in the land. Now, some of you that I'm speaking to today, bless your heart, you're just sitting there, and maybe you're a pastor, maybe you're a businessman, maybe you're a church leader, and you didn't do anything. You've just been trying to live your life and be quiet and peaceful, and all of a sudden you found that there are some people that have just stirred up all kinds of stuff against you, and you're going, what did I ever do to deserve this? Nothing. There are just people like that. Now, if you were aggressive, they wouldn't attack you, because they're basically cowards. But because you're living quietly in the land, they feel empowered to attack you. Now look on down to verse 26. Listen to how David prays about these people. He said, may all who gloat over my distress be put to shame and confusion. When there are people that just gloat over your suffering, when there are people that gloat over your distress, David said, Lord, put them to shame. Put them to confusion. May all who exalt themselves over me be clothed with shame and disgrace. May those who delight in my vindication shout for joy and gladness. May they always say, the Lord be exalted, who delights in the well-being of his servant. Now notice, David never blamed God for any of this. David said, God, I'm coming to you. I'm asking, put them to shame and confusion that gloat. Lord, for those who delight in my vindication, when you stand by me and show that I am innocent, God, let them shout for joy and gladness. But notice his concept of God, and this is very important. The God who delights in the well-being of his servant. God takes no pleasure in your pain. God takes no pleasure in your suffering. God takes no pleasure when you stumble and fall. God gets no pleasure out of any of that. Never in your life be convinced that God enjoys the difficulties of your life. God delights in your well-being. Now, sometimes this is difficult when everybody seems to be enjoying your pain, when everybody seems to be going, aha, look, we got him. When everybody seems to be acting like that, never think that God's like that. God delights in your well-being.